Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. So, I have been asked in the comments before if I make my own fleece liners, and the answer is yes. So, today I figured with the new addition of the cage, I'm going to need a few more liners. So, I thought I'd show you guys how to make your own fleece liners at home. Stay tuned. So, of course, you are going to need a few basic supplies, sewing machine, and for basic sewing items like needle, thread, scissors, you will, of course, need an absorbent layer to go in the middle of your fleece, and, of course, fleece on the outside. As for your measurements, you're going to have to measure your width by your length for the area of which your cage liner will be placed. Make sure to add a ½ inch to each side for seam allowance. If your material is unwicked, add an additional 1 inch to each side to account for any shrinking of the material. What I like to use as a filler, you can get it at U-Haul stores. Their furniture mover pads look something like this. This is actually really absorbent, and in total there's 4 layers to the fleece liner. It's going to be basically like a sandwich. So you're going to have fleece, the absorbent layer, fleece. Start with the U-Haul at the bottom, your second layer of U-Haul, your first layer of fleece. Now it's really important for this one. There is always a good side and a bad side to fleece, basically the inside and the outside. For this particular one, you want the good side, so the outside facing upwards. Alright, now your second layer of fleece. For this one, you want the good side facing the good side, so you're going to want the inside up. Alright, so our material is lined up. All we have left to do is pin it together and sew it. Once you're ready to go, sew along the edge. I like to sew as close to the edge as possible. I had a little more fleece than U-Haul, so I am sewing right to the edge of the U-Haul layer. One important thing regarding wicking of the fleece. You can sew prior to wicking or after. However, either way, there will be a bit of difference in your results. My first liners were sewn after wicking the material. I didn't have to worry about the material shrinking, but it felt thicker while sewing, so it was a little bit more difficult. If you wick after your liner is complete, the material is easier to sew, but also feels like it slips apart easier. My first liners rarely have bubbles in them and don't need to be smoothed out, but my newer ones do. When sewing the edge, be sure to leave an opening for you to flip the inside out when complete. You can leave a smaller opening, at least large enough for your hand to fit through. This will leave you a smaller hole to sew closed later. Personally, I leave an entire side unsewn so I have more room to flip and press the edges and corners outwards. So once you have everything sewn but your opening, go ahead and flip the inside out. Be sure to pull it out so you have fleece on both sides and U-Haul left in the center. Now you can sew the opening closed. And I broke my needle. If you have a smaller opening, you can hand sew it closed. This can also hide the seam easier and can look really nice. I just use the machine because the guinea pigs don't seem to mind how the liner looks, and it's easier for me. The final step is to sew an outline about 2 to 3 inches in from the edge. This is extra security to hold your material together, so when you wash, you don't have to reform the liner into its shape. And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like button. And if you still haven't, be sure to hit subscribe. And don't forget to ring the little bell so you'll know when the next video is available. I post new videos every Monday morning, including educational, how-tos, and fun little tidbits, as well as a vlog on Wednesdays. If you guys have any questions or future video suggestions, be sure to leave those in the comments down below. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope you all have a safe and a lovely day.